planning has been a challenge. And I really had to do some introspection to think about, why do I have a resistance to planning in life? When I have my plan in front of me, I realize that it's going to take little by little for this stuff to happen. And sometimes it's easier to just plan for work, and you've got that, on lockdown, and you got to do what you got to do, and you move forward. But when it comes to your personal life, sometimes you can, forget about planning when it comes to that. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. And this is a space for dreamers, for people who are, purpose-driven, to just come and exhale. And, I started this channel some time back with every intention of posting. And as it goes, life happens. And I want to talk to you about, something that's been happening. So there's been a lot of things that I've been learning in this season of my life. One, I think I'm just so surprised at how well I am in my soul, despite the fact that quite a lot of things haven't gone exactly the way that I would have loved. And if you're somebody in business or somebody, striving for, building your career, that there are ups and downs. And, I'm just quite surprised that on that path and that side of my life, things haven't gone exactly as I would have wanted. But I'm so well in my soul. I think this is probably a conversation for another day. But I particularly wanted to step in here and talk about how I've been experiencing the struggle of planning. Yes, I'm an adult. I'm old. But one of the most difficult things that I've found to do in my life, just in my personal life. So personal meaning, yes, work, yes, business, mothering, everything about me is planning. Sometimes it's easier to just plan for work, and you've got that, on lockdown, and you got to do what you got to do, and you move forward. But when it comes to your personal life, sometimes you can, forget about planning when it comes to that. And I found myself being in that kind of position where when it comes to my life in general, planning has been a challenge. And I really had to go, and do some introspection to think about, why do I have a resistance to planning in life and for my life? And by plan, I mean, this is like the things that I want to do today, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, beyond work, right? For my life in general. These are things that I want to do. I'm committing to doing them. And then I'm going to take account of the fact that have I done them or not. So this goes to exercise, the food I eat, what I'm going to read, what I'm going to do with my time, essentially. And as I was reflecting on this, and I realized that, the reason planning is such a challenge for me, I realized that it's because I have to kind of like come to grips with a couple of things. I have to accept a couple of things, which is a big thing when it comes to adulting, right? There's a lot that you have to accept. You have to almost build a foundation first before you build. And some of the foundations are accepting some realities around what it takes to live. Having a foundation is so critical. And one of the foundations that one has to accept is how, the Bible says, little by little, wealth is created. So if you really want to build significantly in your life, not just in your business, not just in your career, in your life in general, relationships, little by little, wealth is created. And this is very, very important, because I think I realized that my resistance to planning is I don't like the little by little that I have to actually face with my plan. When I have my plan in front of me, I realize that it's going to take little by little for this stuff to happen. And the other thing that I realized, I had to face when it comes to planning is that I had to learn to embrace and accept that life, similar to business, is a going concern. When I was studying business management, one of the definitions they gave around what a business is that business is a going concern. And a going concern, that sounds a bit like heavy, but essentially it's an ongoing process. You don't ever finish. And once you've finished, that's the end of your business. And life is like that. Life is a going concern. actually a going concern. There are challenges ongoing. There's joy, there's things happening ongoing in our lives. And so one of the things that I have to, and I'm in the middle of really embracing and accepting, is that the various areas in my life will thrive when I treat them like going concerns and realize that they are ongoing processes. And for me to begin to love the process, I can't just wake up and exercise just once a month for 3 hours. It's actually better if I divide those 3 hours into chunk size, 15 minutes, 3 times a week, something like that, when you do that, then there's an impact on your body, because your body life is actually designed to thrive on incremental, increases, incremental, building things incrementally. I've watched my kids, learn the violin. They're still in early stages, but we only do 10 minutes a day of the violin. But I can already see that they are learning. They've got songs that they already know how to play, because little by little wealth is created. So I've had to actually embrace unfinished business in my life. And that just means, sometimes I just want to go into a task and do it and finish. I just want to do all the laundry, and I just want to do all the cleaning. I just want to do especially when I feel inspired and motivated to do something, I just want to take my full day and focus on that thing and just do it all at once. But I've come to learn that it's better. And when I do that, other balls are falling. Literally, other balls are falling. And when we talk about juggling, it is really about juggling. It's about little by little doing, having a process and say, this week, I want to achieve this in my health, this in my finances, this in my spiritual life, and this in my work. And then having those little by little, doing something of a little bit of everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything, but a little bit of something, and allocating little chunks of time to those things, so that little by little wealth is created. That way, you're not dropping balls. So for example, if you're married, have your date night weekly. Don't have a 5-hour date. Wait for that time where you have half a day to go on this long date. Chances are your connection won't be as deep as if you do a weekly date for 2 hours. The connection is richer, because it's in the constant rhythms of your life, versus waiting for December, where you're going to connect with your family. No, why don't you carve out time to have dinner with your family? Because you need to eat, they need to eat, carve out little chunks of time where you're going to connect with, your family, where you're going to connect with them. And then little by little, the wealth of your relationship is built. The wealth of your craft is built. Practice an instrument 10 minutes a day. Then little by little, your brain begins to remember that skill set. So yeah, I think all of that brought me to this moment where I was like, I really love sharing. I want to share, but I'm waiting for a 3-hour slot where I can prep everything so that I can take a video and share. And I realized, no, let me use what I have little by little, share in the moments that the little 10 minutes that I have, grab the mic and share the little, and allow my life to be ongoing processes and ongoing concern of various things that I'm achieving. If I today, which is actually literally what I was doing, if today I decided I'm not going to do anything but fix the laundry challenge in my house, I wouldn't have taken this 10 minutes, and I would have undermined this 10 minutes to just grab the mic and just pause the ongoing, the going concern of my laundry in the house, and say, hey, I'm not going to do the laundry. Hey, laundry is a thing here. Hey, a thing here, meaning now that I'm in the US, it's a big thing. Yeah, as in I don't have anyone helping me to do the laundry, just to contextualize. But anyway, I'm digressing. I had to pause and say, I'm not going to do the laundry in one day. I'm going to give myself the week, okay? And I'm going to give myself these chunks of time. Because if I take the whole day to do the laundry, then I don't touch base with my business. I don't touch base with my spiritual life and reading the word. I don't touch base with my friends. I don't touch base with my hubby. And I'm just focusing on this one day. Then the next day, I'm going to take the whole chunk, the whole day to do something else. Because these things don't finish. Work doesn't finish, you know. I'm going to pause there and just encourage you as you are going after your dreams, as you are pursuing purpose, that you release yourself from the stress of needing to finish everything now. Little by little, embrace the process. See the beauty of, things almost running in parallel versus wanting to do this thing and finish it. Because if you just do your business and nothing else and you don't care about relationships, you might lose your relationships. But how about you push that business, you touch base, with your people, with your family, you go on that date, you do that 15 minutes of exercise. So you're running these beautiful processes in parallel, and little by little, wealth is generated in your life. Okay. Now, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be coming on a more conversational level like this, as I take my little by little to just share some of my reflections. All right. Thank you for joining. Cheers. Bye-bye.